They thought the enemy would come with guns, but it came with inboxes, with rosters, with unpaid care. It came with quiet resignation long before resignation letters. And now we're at war, not with nations, but with numbness. This isn't stress. This isn't fatigue. This is burnout as warfare. National security has a new enemy, and it's hiding in plain sight. Not in bunkers, not in missiles, but in the body of your paramedic, in the sigh of your teacher, in the silence of your nurse who no longer cries. The nation is burning out, and nobody filed a report. You want to talk about sovereignty? Then talk about the civil servant who stares at the screen but no longer remembers why she cares. Talk about the father clocking into 3 jobs but checked out of his own body. Talk about the social worker who no longer prays to care, just not to feel. Talk about the NHS nurse who tells her soul to wait in the car park because there's no time for it on shift. Burnout is not a wellness issue. It is a breach in the emotional defense system of the state. We've mistaken collapse for overwork. We've called it low morale. We've wrapped it in productivity reports. But this is the truth. A nation that exploits its citizens' nervous systems cannot defend its borders. A government that budgets for weapons but not for rest has already lost the war. Every empire that fell not just by force but by fatigue. Rome didn't fall overnight, it burned out its civic trust. The USSR collapsed not just from ideology, but from a cultural numbness no one could feel through. Rwanda, Sri Lanka, Syria. Emotional dislocation always precedes the sound of gunfire. You want national defense? Then build emotional infrastructure. Build systems that don't just function, they feel. Build rooms that hold more than meetings, they hold people. Build leadership that doesn't just strategize, it sees. At Harbour of Mercy, we don't treat symptoms. We redesign society for the nervous system. We build soul spa, emotional first aid, not just mental health slogans. The Manna Hub, food with dignity, not just calories, we see you. Trauma-informed governance, not just paperwork. Because burnout isn't just about exhaustion. It's about disconnection. It's about a society forgetting how to hold itself. It's about nations who've traded mercy for machine. So here's the warning. If we don't fund rest like we fund war, if we don't embed presence like we embed surveillance, if we don't govern with mercy, not just with metrics, then the collapse won't come by bomb. It will come in the face of your nurse, in the breath of your bus driver, in the body of your own daughter. Let every government hear it. Presence is public safety. Mercy is infrastructure. Belonging is defense. And burnout is a national security threat that no firewall will stop unless you build one with your humanity. Harbour of Mercy, CIC, no soul wasted. Mercy still speaks.